Good afternoon, welcome to our 2019 Women's Volleyball Preview, joined now by new head coach Rachael. First off, welcome to the program, Rachael.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So I know it's probably been a whirlwind the past couple months getting used to the program. Before we start talking about this year, just give us a little bit about kind of your background, how you came to Ohio Christian.
Well, I was previously at Walsh University in Canton, Ohio, and I ended up wanting to make a switch, put more towards my faith, and be in a smaller place. And I really liked when I came here on campus, and I got to know everybody, and the small amount of people that I met, it felt like I knew them forever. So I felt that I really liked it here, and my time at Walsh, it was nice to be at a very high level, and I got to recruit and spend my time out and in recruiting and finding people. And I think that over all those times and being in college and coaching in high school back in the day, I think that it really prepares me to be here. So I'm excited.
What's kind of the biggest thing you're looking forward to? As you mentioned, come from an NCAA school, now moving to the NAIA level, first head coaching job. What's kind of the biggest thing you're looking forward to this year?
You know, I try to approach it as the team situation, and now that I've met the team and I've seen their work ethic and their discipline, and you know, I always want to integrate that in. But what I really appreciate is being here, and as I'm obviously transitioning to be a head coach for the first time, I think I'm blessed with a lot of really good kids who really want to put in the work, and they're hungry to do something with this program, and I think that really helps me. So I'm excited.
I'm assuming as a first-year head coach, one of the things you might look forward to is your leadership.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you have a couple seniors that you can really rely on.
Yeah.
They've been in the program, they've played a lot.
Yeah.
What do they do for you, especially going into that first year, to kind of ease the nerves and know they know what they're going to face this year?
Right. Kira and Katie are amazing. I've spent a lot of time with them, and Kira, she's always available as a middle, and that's really important in volleyball terms. So the first time I got to watch her play, you know, she's always available. She's always up, and her energy as a middle is really important. And Katie as well. I mean, being a leader and being a setter, you know, pretty much the quarterback of the team. And as we transition into a new offense, we transition into just an entirely different program here. I think that those two are both molded and ready into what I'm going to integrate into this program. As well as they know so much about what's happened in the past year, they can help me out with what just routines and what everyone's used to. So it's been great.
Right. As you kind of move into this first year, still getting used to the conference, teams you're going to be playing. What's going to be the key for you in this first year to get your feet set, get to know the other teams in the conference, kind of what you have to stack up against in this first year?
I've spent some time watching film on everybody and looking at our team and seeing where they're at, but I also, you know, I think it's important just to integrate something, just some basics. As before, I haven't really had much time to work with them, but knowing what kind of offense I generally want to do, working on serve receive and serving is the most important part in volleyball. We'll always talk about it, and they'll get sick of me saying it probably, but any kind of serve receive and making sure that we get those basics down, and obviously the discipline act, and being able to understand how important it is to be a college athlete, and it's not just obviously on the court, as much as I would love for it to be on the court all the time. We still got to be successful on the academic side of things. So I think that we'll go through a lot of changes together, and a lot of those things will change over the next couple of years as we get to know each other. However, I think that I'm in a pretty good situation with these kids and their discipline. So
looking at your schedule, first non-conference, you have some, you know, pretty key matchups in the non-conference that hopefully kind of tune your team looking into the conference season. How important are those non-conference matches from your perspective to get you ready for the tough conference season?
Well, I think it's important to play some. I like to play local teams that are in different, obviously the NCAAs, because we're playing Marietta and we're going to play Wilmington. But I like that we're going to play some higher level Division IIIs, and you know, I think that we'll do pretty successful there. And I think that'll prepare us as we get through. And I think any kind of non-conference game before we go in is really important to start to, you know, grease our wheels, see how we're doing, and see how we work with each other. I can start to look at who works well next to each other, and they can start to get used to me as a coach on the sideline. So I think that those conference or out-of-conference matches are really important.
Mm-hmm. As you look at the River States, it's been kind of an open field the past couple of years. We made the tournament 2 years ago. Last year just missed out.
Yeah.
You know, you have the IU schools that are always going to be tough.
Yeah.
You have West Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
What are going to be some of the goals for you in this first year, especially in conference play?
Well, I think it's just important in general as I was reviewing film and looking through our team, you know, earning points is so important, and it feels through all the film I've watched and watching other teams, it seems as though instead of earning points, we earn points on everyone's errors. So a lot of that is getting our error level down, and a lot of that has to do with just having an integrated system where they understand their clear roles, and understanding that you can't just mess up every 3 points. So, that's the game of volleyball. It's a game of errors, and we're not going to do it all right every single time, and there's going to be matches where we're going to be below a 7 error kind of set, and there's going to be times where we're going to be above that, and that's just the way it is in the volleyball world, and we just have to learn to control that to our best ability, and that all happens in the practice gym, definitely.
Last question, so moving into conference season,
Yeah.
what are going to be 2 or 3 main goals first season for your girls to achieve this year?
Well, I'd like us to not, as I told the girls, to envision this number 10. And the reason I always think of that is I think that with the talent that we have and moving forward together, I think that 10-win situation is more than obtainable. However, I think that it's also important that we go into this season kind of like a blank slate, where we approach things together and we're learning together. I need to learn them, they need to learn me, we need to learn this new discipline and going through the practice gym differently, going into and approaching matches differently. And the more that I've spent time with them, I really appreciate their work ethic, and I think that they have this winning mentality. They just have errored themselves out of that. And I think that the more we get to know each other, the more that we integrate these new systems, I think we're going to do really, really great things next year. And they'll just keep getting better as we move on. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Welcome aboard once
Thank you.
again. That's all we have for today. Preseason, is coming up shortly here in about a month. Lady Trailblazers will open their season on August 26th at home. That will be an exhibition match against Tiffin University. Hope to see you there. Thanks.